Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is time again for a new update. So let's get started and right into it. As you can see, we are back again on GitHub because we do have a new update for your beloved Bitaxe miner. So let's quickly take a look on what has changed. First of all, the new version is called version 2.4.2. So the first thing that has been changed is the uptime on the home screen. So now when you do open up the web UI of your Bitaxe device, it will show you the uptime that it currently has running. A couple of you people requested that, so we implemented it, which is awesome and great, and it is probably the best Bitaxe version that we have released so far yet. And I know it sounds a little bit like the slides from Apple, maybe, who knows? But no, I need to tell you, we have so many awesome changes in there. It is just needed, and this update is really great. The next thing is we have implemented documentation for unit tests, how to do them and how to start them by TDB3, which is great. So thanks for doing that. We have now also re-enabled the self-test on all the versions, as well as added configs for the version 2.01 and 2.03, as well as an update on the CI by me. We also do have the change from how the look on the settings page is. Previously, you had like the input field for Stratum URL. We've changed it to host. We got the request for that a URL is basically a URL, and the way how we handle it, that's not a URL. So we changed it to host to be more on the correct side here of what you need to put in there. We also changed this for the fallback URL. So now it says Stratum host and Stratum fallback host, which is just like better wording for what should be put into these fields. We also do have now a fix on the API rejection reason by Motatum, which is awesome, and a couple of fixes on the npm package warnings by E. Anderson, as well as also the removal of recovery actions by him again. The next thing is that we now have a fix on the swarm. So now the hash rate check is better. The uptime is also now more reasonable, as well as there's a pause on the refresh if you do hit a scan. So it does not collide with each other. For example, you do only have 10 seconds left and it tries to do a scan and a refresh on the same time. That could cause some trouble. We fixed that. There's also now a change on the CI for the ESP IDF version that's been used. It's now changed to 5.3.2, which is the latest ESP IDF version, as well as a couple other great changes. And I really need to say, I'll try to show this in here. We do have now a new implementation on how we utilize the screen, which is called LVGL, which is another library or like a firmware thingy, however you want to call that, which enables us to do more and enhanced things with the screen, such as sliding over from one page to another. This has been implemented by Motatum. It was a ton of work. I really appreciate it, and it is a love feature, and I look forward for more awesome things on the screen. We now can do so many other cool things with the screen, which is just amazing, and potentially also have other screens in the future that might be bigger or better, or even have advanced display and features like other things. Who knows? We also now have a quick link for the solo hash added by Rob Woodgate. Thanks for doing this, as well as improved HTTP and system stability in general of the device, which is a huge thing. Originally, if you do try to load up the page of your Bitaxe device, it took roughly like 2 seconds to load everything. Now it is more quick, responsible, and everything is more or less instant there, and you do see the stats directly instead of waiting a couple of seconds, which is probably a minor fix for a couple of you, but it is really great, and it enhances the system stability overall, which is really lovely. There was also a quick fix on the LVGL part. Like, we had the display improved, but we needed to do one more fix on that, so that has also been implemented. And there's also a change on the screen. Now it does not say mine URL, it says Stratum host on the screen. There is also now a fix on the show custom values in a dropdown, and I will show you this in just a second. And the last fix is that we do have the auto fan speed toggle being applied without needing a reboot. So if you do have auto fan speed set and you want to disable that, you no longer need to reboot your device. It has now been taken action instantly on the device. So now let's move over to XOS and let's take a look on the dashboard. Everything is a little bit snappier and quicker here. Everything looks the same, so that's good. Let's hop over to Swarm. As I said, we do have a couple of devices here. If you do had refreshing, you do see my hex, for example, is offline because it's not working currently, and everything else is just working there perfectly. If you hop over to network, nothing has really changed. If you go over to settings, we now do see it says Stratum host here, as well as fallback Stratum host instead of URL, which is great. I can also enable or disable the auto fan control, which will take action instantly. A cool feature for a couple of you guys that do overclocking, and I really recommend if you do that, read stuff, go in our Discord, which you can find on discord.gg/osmu, and make sure you do understand what it means if you overclock your device. But what you can do, and I don't recommend to overclock, but you could do it. Again, I need to say, I don't recommend it. Press F12, go into frequency, type in something like 700, don't do that. Close the screen, and now you do see it says custom, and it is in here. It will be there. If you do leave the page and go back again, it will not be there. As you do see, it will be deleted. But what it will show you, for example, is if you now hit or go into the overheat mode, it will show you the frequency as 50 in here as well, which is a great feature, and it is a great implementation of everything. It's an awesome update. Boop, a quick side note for myself because I missed that to record it. So here we go. Now, if you do take a look here, you do see that the screen now behaves a little bit different, which is awesome. Just wanted to show you that. I thank everybody who has contributed to this update, and it is really, really needed. I hope you guys enjoyed this new update and that you're looking forward for new updates and new features on your Bitaxe device. Stay humble, stay hashing, and see you on the next one.